TNT, Grace and Grit.
Johnny.
Today's video is quite a serious video, and I hope that you stay with us to learn from it. If not, it will always be there. It's a green video, which means it's always good no matter what. It will not expire. It's a lifetime. There's a lifetime skill that you will always need for your life. Something to teach your children, your grandchildren, your sisters, your brothers, your wives, your family. Sorry that the phone is shaking. We just crossed over a railroad track. This is real life, remember? I have to teach as we go. The OODA Loop. OODA Loop. And the core philosophy is 100% safety over politeness. We're all taught to be polite, not to be rude. But here's what each one of the letters stand for. Have observe, orient, decide, and act. It is better to break the social contract to be rude and safe rather than polite and a victim. Do you agree with that?
Yep.
100%. So no is always a complete sentence. No matter what. You owe nobody an explanation. No is a complete sentence. Always. Alright, first situation. First of all, can you smile for me? Because in our Valentine video, people thought you were just like along for the ride. There you go. First situation. You walk into a restaurant. It's your favorite restaurant you go into all the time. You're just kind of chattery and people are laughing and smiling and let's say, okay, so he and I were talking about this before I started the video. So I'm like, you walk into our favorite Mexican restaurant. It's always loud. People are laughing, talking. The host will, any of them, whoever's available, runs up to write down how many's in your party and where they're going to see you and those things. So let's say you walk in and there's no chatter, just the music that you hear all the time. The host walks up and just says, two, and let's say his eyes are shifting around. At that point, and probably beforehand, I'm going to be looking around the restaurant going, something don't feel right. And I guarantee you this man right here is. He's always observing. You're looking around, and if you see that people are not talking to each other, they're just sitting there and just staring straight ahead. At this point, I'm going to look at Johnny. If he's not already grabbing my arm to walk out of that restaurant, one of us is going to be saying, well, we're leaving. Right?
I ain't saying that. I'm just gonna turn around and walk out.
I hope you're going to take me with you.
Oh, yeah.
Because something is not right. So you observed that something isn't right. And then your orient is to check the baseline. You observe and orient kind of crossover to me. But they have it as observe, orient, which kind of to me goes together. So their observe on this says you scan for at least 2 exits, front door, kitchen service, back door, etc. So I already pretty much know where the doors are at. They're usually close to the restrooms. But upon doing this, I remember that at the Chinese restaurant, they actually have, I mean, there's more exits there, but one set of doors, they actually have a booth sitting right in front of that. But I guess, I know the fire marshal has been in there because it has all that on the front. So I guess since they had the back door exit, the kitchen door exits, whatever, it's okay to do that. So So you observed and you oriented. And then D is you decide. Now, we've already said that. We decided we're going to walk out. Always choose the command seat if you're going to go ahead and sit down. And the command seat is with your back to a wall facing the main entrance. Now, at this point, when we eat as a couple, we always do. Which one of us do you think sits facing the door? And it's got to this point that, and it's probably not good, but in a way it is. I've actually been able to relax since I've been with him and know I'm safe. As long as he's around, I don't have to worry about if somebody's acting weird or if something's awry or somebody walks in the door looking weird or whatever, because he is always watching. His head's always on a swivel watching what's going on. So something's going on, then you act. And your act is if the vibe shifts, check immediately, relieve cash, and exit. So another one, and when I was discussing this with my AI, which is Gemini, they even brought up a doctor's office. And I was like, it's actually a good idea. So let's go in, and we usually always go to the back, closer to the door where you're going to go in for your visit. We're close to that, somewhere towards the middle-ish back to sit. And let's say someone comes in and they are irate because they got charged. The insurance is saying that they owe it. And, or the doctor's saying they owe it. Insurance is saying no, blah, blah, blah. And it's just a fight and they're irate. I've seen it. I've seen people come in ticked off. I've been upset over it, but I don't go in screaming top of my lungs acting like a total idiot. But I have seen people come in and do that. And it's not that person at the window's fault that this person got a bill. But watching their hands, and let's say instead of them having their hands up and they're doing this while they're talking, let's say they have their hands in their hoodie pocket or in their jacket pocket. I'm watching those hands because if I have to, I might even say, if I'm with Johnny, which usually we go our doctor's offices visits together, I might even be like, step outside or something. Just step out, get some air. I want to be out where I can get to the door, and I know where the exits are in our doctor's office too. So just think about those two. So, small business. I want to give you as many options as possible. Let's say you're going in to have your oil changed in a small company, or have your brakes changed at a small mechanic's office. You walk into their receptionist's office, and she's kind of staring forward like this, and she says, "How can I help you?" You say, "Here to get XYZ down to my car." "Okay, what is your name?" Now that's weird enough for me to say, "Hey, you know what? I forgot something in the car. I'll be right back." I'm walking out that door, getting in the car, and I'm getting the heck out of there. Right? At that point, I'm also going to call the cops and say, "It might be nothing, but I think it is something. Here's the address, here's the name of the business. You might want to do a well check on this, see what's going on. Here's what happened when I went into this business." Because don't just leave there and then don't say something. You see something, you say something. Don't just leave them hanging and to fend for themselves, because they can't call anybody because they're in the situation. Okay, funny story before I end the video. I ended that last scene and we went into the bank. When we walked in, 4 people were standing up like in the middle. All of them, welcome. And my first thought was, why are those four standing there? And I turned around to my right and looked. There was only two people at the teller and no customers. What do we do? So I'm like, okay, this is being silly. So obviously everything was fine, but it's just when you're talking about it, thinking about it, teaching it, it reminds you to keep being observed. So keep your OODA loop always prepared. So here's what I want to say. Your OODA loop is only as fast as your willingness to be that person, the person who walks out of the restaurant, leaves the bank, doesn't finish the transaction. Don't let your politeness be the thing that keeps you in a dangerous spot. We love you and we want you to be safe. Do you have any finishing statements?
Just be observant around you.
Yep, always be observant. Keep your head on a swivel. Remember to always be beautiful. We love you. Bye for now. Bye.
Peace out.